What's up, everyone? Welcome to 3D Rivals. My name is DJ, and today, or I guess I should explain what 3D Rivals is. Is that the intro? Is that is that how I do the intro?
It's not the intro. No, you screwed it up.
Oh, my bad.
This is 3D Rivals, where we talk about comics, movies, and everything in between.
Exactly. Today I'm joined by my brother, Derek, and my sister,
Dakota.
Dakota. That's a lovely name. I'm glad our parents named you that.
Yep.
Yes,
it is.
So this week the Lego movie, the second part, came out. So we'll be talking about that, or I'll be talking about that. Since I'm the only one that saw it, but that's fine. I'll say this is a good movie, so you guys should go see it. Yeah, but of course, first we start with the news. And I want to start with some of the lighter news here. They are working on Mad Max 5.
I think those movies are done. Every single one.
I've seen 0 of those movies.
They're popular for some reason.
I've seen part of one. And then I realized that it was multiple ones, and I was just like, why?
There's a lot.
Yeah. I've never seen none of them, but it doesn't look like something I want to see.
It definitely isn't. I'm letting you know. It isn't.
Yeah. Well, if you like Mad Max and you want to see it, they're starting production on the 5th one, and I'm guessing they're going to still have, what's his face?
Ooh.
Venom, the guy who played Venom. I can't think of his name right now for some reason.
Tom Hardy.
Yes, thank you. Tom Hardy.
Is it Mad Max?
Yeah, he's Mad Max.
Oh, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's in the latest one.
Was like Mel Gibson in 1980 for the first one.
Yeah, well, it was I think so, because it's an Australian movie. The first one was.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
He's not from Australia.
Ain't he? I'm pretty sure. Well, I think the first movie is an Australian movie, though.
I thought he was from like Austria, not Australia.
Austria? We'll find out.
First of all, he's American.
Okay, so he's American. Whoops, my bad. Anyway.
Well, according to IMDb, he's from New York.
Yeah, he was in the first one.
I really thought he was. Oh, his family. He was born in America. His family moved to Australia when he was 4.
See, I wasn't completely wrong. I wasn't crazy.
I mean, like, I heard he wasn't like from America, but apparently, technically, he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the synopsis of the first movie is: in a self-destructing world, a vengeful Australian policeman sets out to stop a violent motorcycle gang. Man, has this movie changed?
And then they just keep going on and on with that.
Well, in this latest movie, it's been a post-apocalyptic world or something. Like,
I thought all of it was a whatever world.
Post-apocalyptic.
Wow, that was not that word, but sure.
I gave it a try.
Yeah, so anyway, they're working on another one of those movies. So cool. Awesome. There will be some more of that world. Then another movie who is starting production is A Quiet Place 2. So they didn't waste time on that one. They're coming out with another.
So, not gonna ruin the movie. So is this before or after everything that happened in the first one?
I don't know. I didn't see the first one.
Y'all should see it. It's a good movie. It's intense.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it during the daytime.
Yes. Turn all the lights out.
I'm real scary-like, so, I don't watch a lot of horror stuff. Although I did watch Stranger Things. So,
Everything's not scary.
It was in the beginning, kinda. Sorta.
Anyways, See A Quiet Place. It is a good movie.
All right, fine. I know Taylor wants to see it.
Is it? No, it's
Believe
not.
so.
You lying.
What?
I believe it is.
I would have straight up watched
I thought
it
I saw it. I thought I saw it when Bird Box was everybody was talking about it.
What, a trailer for Stranger Things?
Oh.
What are you talking about? I didn't hear what you said.
We're talking about daggone it. Now I forgot. Now I'm just old.
If A Quiet Place was on Netflix.
There we go. Yes, A Quiet Place.
No, it's not on Netflix.
That's what I'm saying. It's not on Netflix.
It's definitely not on Netflix.
It'd have been like the first thing in my feed. Because Netflix be telling me things I need to watch. It's not there.
I'm pretty sure it's not. But yeah, so Quiet Place 2, I know that movie, the first one, had critical acclaim. I'm going to see it eventually, and so we'll probably look forward to A Quiet Place 2. Maybe we can do a review of it when it comes out. That'd be great.
Yes, it would.
All right, next bit of news. Henry Cavill. So in order for him to continue playing Superman, he's got some demands.
Here we go. He wants to pick the new Batman. He wants to direct a movie.
No, I don't think Henry Cavill's a director.
He would be better than whatever. He'd be better than everybody else that's doing it.
Probably, but it's not that serious, although Warner Brothers isn't giving this to him. He just wants to be able to approve the director for the movie and approve the script for the movie if they come out with one.
Good job. I'm all for those demands.
Well, yeah, I'm like, I actually, I understand those demands considering the movies that he's been in. Just saying. Those aren't...
I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, but, Warner Brothers so far isn't giving that to him. Apparently, there's a cameo of Superman in Shazam, the rumor is, but it's not Henry Cavill. So, apparently...
Oh, but this is the same DC universe.
Yeah, well... The rumor is that it's a shot of him from the neck down.
What? It shows yes.
So, because Henry Cavill refused to do it.
Stop.
Yeah, I mean, DC's doing a lot of... I don't know, because they're trying a lot of these solo movies that aren't a part of the universe. But they're continuing the universe. And I'm like, hey, just do one or the other. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to see a connected universe because I enjoy how much that works with Marvel. And I can see how great it can be with DC.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're doing.
But it's like all these other movie studios want to start up universes.
Yeah, they need not.
They doing it.
Yeah, it's a shame. I'm pretty sure Sony's going to do another Spider-Man verse in the animated one after their Spider-Verse thing. So, so they're probably going to do their little Venom verse, the Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man, and then an animated Spider-Man universe.
They can't say that it's successful.
Say that again.
That's totally different. I said they can't say that it's successful based off of
Oh, based off a cartoon.
the Spider-Verse. Because wasn't that Sony?
Yeah, that's Sony. People love that movie.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm intrigued about it now, and I probably would see it when it comes out on streaming. But I mean, that's a CGI cartoon. You can't say, "Oh, we were successful for this, so let's go ahead and push this."
Well, I mean, I hear they're supposed to be doing like Gwen Stacy and stuff like that, and
I mean,
why
but
not?
we talked about this before in a past episode. I'm for it being if like they using another Spider-Man. I'm all for it. It doesn't have to be Peter Parker. There's plenty of Spider-Mans that they can use.
Well,
heck, it can be Ben Reilly.
Yeah, they can use Peter Parker in an animated thing, so I think that's why they're going to stick with the animated. They're not going to take Peter from Marvel because they're making money. Like, people are going to see their Spider-Man movies because of Marvel. So they're not going to do that. I think their Venom universe is going to fall flat on its face. Everybody has high hopes for it, but Venom wasn't that great. It was... The reason why we have praise for Venom is because it was better than what we thought it would be.
Right.
So it's kind of, I think Venom's one of those low expectations things where you had low expectations for the movie and it surpassed that. So my personal opinion is that the Venomverse is going to fall on its face because they're talking about doing Morbius and Kraven the Hunter and stuff like that. And you can't do Kraven without Spider-Man. That's just dumb. Just like you can't do Venom without Spider-Man. That's just dumb.
Right.
But that's not going to work. I think their animated universe, though, can work. As long as they keep doing the right things with it. But we'll see what happens with this. And we'll see if Henry Cavill gets his demands eventually. I mean, they shouldn't switch Supermans. I don't know. But we'll see what happens with it. Talking about the competition, though, Captain Marvel currently is tracking to open with $160 million. So, you know.
Good.
So, apparently it's doing well.
Saying the initial reviews are pretty good on it.
I haven't heard about any reviews yet, and they're not released yet. Like, it's probably not going to be released until like a couple of weeks. Like maybe the week before the movie comes out.
I think it's going to be good, though.
I don't know. I mean, I hope it's good, but I got a feeling it won't be as good as I'm hoping.
Yeah. But this just shows, like, how many people want to see the movie, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I get that, which is everyone, just because we're waiting for Avengers Endgame.
True.
Yeah. That's what it is. We waiting for Endgame.
You know, the hype for Endgame has stayed up so much, and they have showed us absolutely nothing.
That's the game. That's the game plan.
Like,
well, they did it when they just ended the movie, and I'm like, they lost. Now I gotta find out what happens next.
yeah, that was the hype for the movie. The end of Infinity War was the hype for the next movie. That's all you needed. So, I mean, that should be crazy. It's gonna be good. Sticking with Avengers, apparently the movie might be 3 hours long.
I'm down.
So this could be the first movie in a while that includes an intermission.
Huh?
Yeah.
Really?
Titanic didn't have an no.
What do you mean Titanic didn't have an intermission? It had to.
It did. It did not. I don't know. I have no idea. It's not like I saw this in the movie.
I didn't either. I don't know why I'm so adamant about it. I mean, I was really adamant about it. Like, I knew for real.
Like, I'm like, it had to have one because Mom owned that on VHS. For those of you who are too young to know what that is, ask your parents. Mom had it on VHS, and it was 2 VHSs. Okay? Now, I know VHS don't hold that much, but it can hold 3 hours.
First,
VHS can hold up to, what was it, 8 on slow long play?
Yeah, but that's not good quality.
Right. Right, not high quality. The Godfather's also 2 tapes, and The Godfather's not that long.
Good point.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, they said one of the Harry Potter movies had an intermission. I don't remember which one it was, but I think that was the last movie to have it.
Those movies was that long?
I don't know. I didn't see them.
I know it was like 20 of them.
They're still making them.
They are?
Yeah, these the
author is writing more books.
Yeah, the what is it called?
A.K.A.
Something
Rowling.
Beast and Where to Find Them or whatever.
Fantastic
Oh.
Beast.
Yeah, that's
That's
Harry
a
Potter.
Harry Potter movie?
Mhm.
It's it's the character. They share the same universe.
It's a prequel to Harry. That makes it a Harry. That's like calling the Hobbit movies not a Lord of the Rings movie.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings movie.
Still, yeah. You're right. I
Okay.
give you that. I give you that.
So yeah, that would be interesting, I guess. But I guess they're saying if it's gonna be 3 hours or more, people might have to go to the bathroom and stuff, and they don't want you to miss anything. So
Hey, I'm
No,
all down for that though. Like if they gonna do that,
First of all,
heck
you know
yeah.
what I read? They said in it's the test screens that they did, no one got up from their seat.
of course,
Something hours long. It might be shorter by the time they.
well, yeah, they gotta
release
do
it
some more
officially.
cuts
Dude.
and whatnot.
Dude, I'll be
But they said no one got up.
I'll be holding some pee watching the movie.
I ain't bringing nothing to drink to this one.
I know, right? Just gonna be
Dude,
chewing
I
on
just-
some dry mouth gonna be dry from eating that popcorn.
I don't see the midnight show. I'm not gonna get home until like 4.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
we can go. It's like they start at like 7 now on Thursday.
Hey,
That's more fun. But we could go at like 7.
Look, we all, almost all of us are in our 30s, so we can't be doing this midnight stuff anymore.
What? I be down. That's y'all.
Whatever, I'm
I
tired.
know.
My son was crawling around on the
do.
floor, and he's like, "Come on!" I'm like, "Dude, I can't crawl, dude. I don't know." Like, it's hard. It's hard for Dad to do that. So yeah, I don't know. You know, we could catch an earlier show probably. But yeah, 3 hours. Wow. But you know what? I feel it because I think they have a lot to explain. So honestly,
Yeah.
this movie, the longer it is probably the better. So we don't miss stuff. You know, kind of like they did with Justice League and cut everything out so it can be 2 hours.
Yeah.
we probably not even gonna notice that it's 3 hours.
Well, if it's a good movie, you don't notice that it's long. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Movies only seem long when it's not good.
Yeah. When it's a good movie, even like you catch a 7 o'clock show, and you walk out and you're like, man, it's 10:30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. And next up for the news, the Disney president Bob Iger, he came out and said he told his investors this, so everybody that's going crazy can stop worrying. Deadpool will be staying the same. He'll be keeping his rated R rating, even though it's not necessary for him, even though everybody says it is. It's not.
Right.
But he'll be keeping his rated R rating, so everybody can calm down. Disney's not going to ruin your Deadpool.
Well, I don't know why they're like, oh, Disney, because Disney is known as a family thing. First of all, and they're not going to change something just to change it because they think Disney is soft, and that's
You don't
like
see
not the
Disney
case.
changing Sports Center.
Right.
Right.
And that's the thing. What he said, he was like, they're just going to make sure that it's clear to the audiences the difference.
It's
You know.
being rated R. Don't take your kids to rated R movies.
Well, people are dumb. When Deadpool first came out, the first movie, there was a lot of complaints from parents about the movie, and I'm like, it's a rated R movie. I don't understand. What did you not look at the rating? Like, the rating's everywhere. It's on your trailers. When you go to the theater to buy your ticket, it's on the little kiosk thing on the sign. And when you get your
it tells
ticket,
you
it's on the
why.
ticket. Yeah, it tells you why.
Yes.
Right.
So those who took their, like, and I'm not talking about the teens, because I know everybody's like, oh, the teens saw the rated R movie anyway. Yes, that's true. Who cares? I'm talking about people who took, like, their 6, 7, and 8-year-olds to this movie. And it's like,
Yeah, that was dumb.
why would you do that? So, anyway, he's staying the same. As I've been saying since the beginning when everybody was complaining about it. There'll be no difference.
Disney. They're like, they ruin everything. Okay.
Do they, though? Because, I mean, like, people complain about Disney Star Wars, and I'm like, I don't think the problem with Star Wars was Disney. It's like, I mean, like, they own Marvel too. They didn't ruin that.
Yeah.
They're just collecting money. Okay.
Basically, that's all it is.
That's all they doing. They're like, yeah, we'll buy you.
Investing in a little bit of everything. It's like, can we get into sports? Yeah. All right. Let's get into ESPN.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think it's like where they don't have to meddle. I'm pretty sure they don't meddle. I mean, they own Pixar now too. They're still coming out with good movies.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. But, yeah. So, I mean, with him saying that they're just going to make it clear what it is, you know, they'll probably, you know, like I was saying before, as long as it doesn't have Mickey Mouse's face on it, I don't think they care. You know, Disney logo won't be on it. They may, I don't know, like, Marvel can use him, but since they own Fox Studios, they might keep him under Fox, whether or not they change the name. I don't know if they're going to do that. But his movie can still be under Fox, so there's a sure difference with the studio, you know. Yeah. Last bit of news I have. This is an interesting one. It's about Liam Neeson. So, we all heard about Liam Neeson and his interview he had recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I really want to address both sides of this story, and then, you know, we'll talk about it. But for those of you who don't know, basically, Liam Neeson, in an interview, told about a time in his past where a family member had been raped, and they were, I'm sorry, it's a touchy subject, so, but yeah, a family member of his had been raped, and the act was committed by someone who was black or African American, whichever you prefer. So Liam, being angry, went out to the known black areas where he lived, hoping that someone would start something with him so that he could kill somebody. Now, everyone is angry now. He was taken off the red carpets for his current movie, which I kind of get that, because that's all the press is going to talk about. But fans now are also wanting Liam Neeson to be removed from the Men in Black movie altogether. So, like I said, I want to address both sides of this, because after the fact, you know, Liam came out and he was saying, oh, you know, I wasn't being racist. I'm going to address that side of it first. Yes, at the time, even though it was a provoked reaction based on his anger of what happened to a family member, his actions still was racist. Saying that it wasn't is not going to fix the matter. It was racist actions, or racist thoughts, at least. However, being angry at this man now for something that happened decades ago, which it wasn't found out about him. He admitted to this in an interview and then mentioned how he was sorry about it and felt bad about it and sought help for that exact situation because he knew it was wrong. So us being angry at him now and asking him not to be in a movie doesn't even make sense. Like, can no one redeem themselves? To me, that's just crazy.
Yeah,
Cool.
I agree with you. I feel like, you know, he admitted he did something wrong. He admitted that he felt bad about it and that it wasn't right. And I feel like people change. And as you're talking about a bad thing that he did a long time ago. And I don't think, honestly, anyone can sit here and say that they haven't done anything wrong in their past and that they should never be forgiven for it.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how bad it was. It's just like, people deserve a second chance. People deserve to be forgiven. And I'm like, let's be real. He is not a racist. I honestly don't think he's racist. He did a racist thing, but I don't think anyone can be honest with themselves and never say did something that was racist.
Yeah, or even had a racist thought at some point or another. And I'm talking about everyone. And he blamed everyone, that was black for what happened to his family member. That was wrong. But he realized that. And obviously he did. We can see from his track record, because obviously this was probably before he was even remotely famous. So, like, we can see his track record and say that, you know, he changed from that time onward. Asking this man to be removed from Men in Black for what? Like, you're acting like he did yesterday. He went out and tried to kill a black person. And like, no, this was decades ago. And I compare this to the same thing that happened to James Gunn with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, he got fired for something that he did way in the past, which he had already apologized for, and it was well before he was hired at Disney. And just because it was brought to light, he got fired for it. And it was like, for what? Because his current track record, it's like, we got to look at people in the now. His current track record isn't showing that he has done anything like that. You know, he's obviously changed as a person. And we have to be in a position where people can show some redemption. They can be better people. We can't hold stuff over people's heads forever. That's my only thoughts.
This is like Kevin Hart and the Oscars. And I feel like companies and, you know, people in charge need to stop letting the anger on the internet decide what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. You let the anger on the internet, Kevin Hart can't host the Oscars, you know? You know, James Gunn is not the director anymore. You know, get rid of Liam Neeson in the Men in Black movie. Because some people are up in arms over something. And if you just let it pass, people forget about it and move on. You know, when Nike put Colin Kaepernick in a commercial, people was up in arms. You know what? Nike said, we don't care. And guess what? People still wear their shoes.
Yeah. So, you know, I hope Sony doesn't, you know, step in and do something stupid. Let him still be in the movie and just forget about this. One, Liam Neeson, I wouldn't have told this story. Just let it be between you and your family. But since he did, it's out. I understand the initial being upset about it because it was a racist thing, but we have to remember the time period and just let it go. There's got to be a statute of limitation, people. Like, all right, so yeah, that's what's currently happening in the Hollywood scene. But let's move on to something happier. I'm going to talk about the Lego Movie. The second part. So I did go see this movie with my son this past weekend, and it was pretty good, I have to say. Just giving, there's going to be spoilers. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm sorry, but I can't really talk about this movie without spoiling it, I don't think. I'll try. But yeah, it was very good. Not as good as the first movie, I have to say. You know, the first movie was very good. I kind of figured that. Yeah. But, I mean, that's most of the time. You know, most of the time the second movie isn't as good as the first, so that's fine. However, I still would give it like a 7.5 out of 10, something like that, you know. Okay. Good movie. Very funny, I have to say. Like, the jokes worked. I mean, there were some that didn't, but the jokes definitely worked. Chris Pratt is excellent. I said it last week about the first Lego Movie, but he does an excellent job with the voice acting in this. He plays two characters, which stands for some real funny stuff, I have to say. But the premise of this story is, I'm going to just spoil this because I can't really, I can't talk about this without spoiling it. So spoilers for Lego Movie 2 from here on out. But, so the premise of this movie is that it's 5 years later, because I didn't realize this, but the Lego Movie came out 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was much more recent than that, but no. So it's 5 years later, and of course at the end of the first movie, his dad said, you have to let your sister play with the Legos now, right?
I was wondering how they was the connection with the human aspect of it.
Yeah, they did a lot more of that. I have to say, I wish they didn't. I do enjoy, I wish they kind of kept it like they did on the last one. Just, we're in this Lego world, and then you could, you know, bring out the human aspect. Because, of course, the major issue is a human aspect of the movie, just like it was in the last part. So just be in the world and then show the issue at the end of the movie like you did in the last one. But they did a lot more of showing it throughout the movie, which I kind of wish they didn't. Just stay in the Lego world.
Okay.
But besides that, it was pretty good. It picked up like right after the end of the first one. And basically the premise was that his sister was coming in and kept destroying all the stuff. And every time he rebuilt stuff, she would destroy it. So, because she was a little kid, right?
Yeah.
So, that's what was happening. But now it's 5 years later, so he's older, and she's older, and you can see the difference. Like, they're in this post-apocalyptic. Now I can't say the word. Post-apocalyptic, whatever. It's called Apocalyptic.
Okay.
I did. I said it the first time.
No, you were stumbling you out, and then I messed up.
Okay. It's called Apocalyptic.
Okay.
So they're all living there, and the premise is because every time they build anything shiny, the aliens come and destroy it. But so this person comes down. They take everybody but Emmett because they're like he's too plain and not special. So they take all the main characters to attend this wedding ceremony. So of course that's the sister taking the Legos to her room. And it gets real interesting. Like there's this the sister's Lego set is called the Sistar system.
Okay.
And they're trying to prevent Armageddon.
Armageddon?
Yeah, Armageddon. So, is this scene, like, there's more songs in this than the first one, but for the most part I didn't mind them. There was a couple where I was like, this didn't need to be here. But, there's this song, like, there's a queen of the Sistar system, and she sings this whole song about how not evil she is. It's just like she's sitting there singing a song about how she's not evil. And Elizabeth Banks' character is like, yeah, I'm not buying this. This obviously makes you seem evil. So that was funny. And then they had another song. This song is going to get stuck in your head. So there was like, let's play a pop song.
Oh, that's the name of the song?
Yes. And literally the lyrics of the song is, this song is going to get stuck in your head. And like the verses and stuff is all about how you're not going to forget the song. At the end of the movie, they started singing how everything was not awesome. So it was
silly for that.
Everything's not awesome, and there was like that was a real unrealistic expectation. So like the humor I think really hits. Like the writers of this, they did a real good job of recognizing what kind of movie it is and not being afraid to, like some movies take themselves too seriously.
Yeah. So
they're not taking themselves too seriously. They know what it is. It's, basically a giant commercial for Lego, but they put a real story to it, and it's really good.
A lot of times when they come out with like a second movie, they try a lot of times to outdo the first one. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you're just not going to catch, how good the first one is going to be.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think there was any living up to that first one because it's, it was the brand new thing. Now it's not a new thing. So you have that, but I think they did a good job of continuing it. Now the main character, the story got a little convoluted at the end, but then again, we have to remember that this is like a 16-year-old playing with these toys. So yeah, the story gets convoluted because it's all in the kid's imagination. Yeah. So there's you have Emmett, right? And then he meets up with somebody called Rex Dangervest, which is basically just Chris Pratt. Because it was like he trained raptors. And a bunch of other stuff. But basically, he would do everything that... Because Emmett's too happy, right? He's just happy-go-lucky. So Rex Dangervest is just like... He was the tough guy.
Alter ego.
Yeah. Which turns out at the end of the movie, it was Emmett from the future. So Rex Dangervest is Emmett from the future. I don't know if I should have spoiled that for you guys. But... It was so funny, like, when he was building his time machine, he took parts from all of the movies, and they kept making, like, references, like, Rex would reference movies like Back to the Future, or, some other movies. I think he referenced, not Alien, because he would still be too young to watch that, but, he referenced, like, these movies, and the characters would be like, what movie is that? And he was like, oh, don't worry about it, it's a movie you can watch when you're older. Or like they walked in his ship and on the side, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but on the side it said 16 plus.
I
was like
16-bit.
Mm-hmm. So like it's just it was real interesting to see. So the basic premise is that him and his sister was fighting, and the mom, because they were fighting, said they had to put all the Legos in the storage. That was Armageddon.
Okay.
So, but the sister, you know, he was overreacting, thinking she was just trying to take his stuff, but she really just wanted him to come and play with her. That's why it was a wedding. So even though, I liked it because they set this up like, you know, the queen was this evil person, even giving her that song about how she's not evil, when it was true. So, like, it sets it up to make you think, like, okay, yeah, she's really evil. But she wasn't. So, yeah, I thought the movie was very good. Excellent. If you guys haven't seen it out there, you should definitely see it. If you listen to it, I gave away some important plot points. But it's a Lego movie. Don't worry about it. Just sit there and enjoy it. But, yeah, that was the Lego movie. I thought it was interesting. You guys think you want to see it after my horrible explanation of the movie?
It sounds interesting. I mean, I would watch it if it came on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, but if it was Lego Batman 2, you would see it in theaters 3 times?
She probably would.
Y'all real lame for that.
Lego Batman is still in it.
Oh. I planned. You told me not to go see it. I was going to squeeze it in today.
Okay. For reference, she said this like 3 hours before we were going to record the podcast.
The movie's 2 hours long. I looked it up.
Yeah.
See it and go home and do this.
If anybody could pull it off, Dakota could pull it off.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, but yeah, I do recommend this movie, especially if anyone out there has children. Of course, they would definitely enjoy this movie. They may not get all the references, but there's enough stuff in this for adults to enjoy it as well. It's not just going to a kid's movie and, you know, dying because you're at a kid's movie. You would definitely enjoy it.
Because apparently everything is not awesome.
Everything's not awesome. I love them for that. I love them for doing that and not just singing everything is awesome again. That was perfect. So yeah, that was the Lego Movie 2, the second part. It was pretty good. So as we end the podcast, let's go into the best section that there is of the podcast. What you doing? So we'll start with Dakota. Dakota, what you doing?
First, before I get to my part, you did not talk about the Shaft movie.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
There was a Shaft trailer. It looks extremely funny.
Shaft Jr.?
Yes. So there was a Shaft trailer. I first I was like, okay, why are we coming out with another Shaft movie? But it's like, okay, Samuel L. Jackson. And then I watched this trailer and I'm like, oh my god, this looks hilarious. But what did you think about it, Dakota?
I think my same action was yours. It's like it showed up like the first thing on. I'm like, why are you doing this? And then I watched it and I was like, oh, this is funny. I want to go see it now. So at first, I think it was the same thing. I was like, no, don't do this. But now I'm like, I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the trailer, Derek?
Yes, I did see the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of worried about that too. Like, why are we doing this?
Especially since I didn't think the remake that they did in 2000, that wasn't good to me.
Right, but the spin on it by him having a son, I think that's like a different premise to bring out in the movie. So it might even work out to be better.
Definitely seems like it.
Yeah. So that's definitely going to be.
Who's the man?
Don't sing the song.
All right, yeah. Sorry.
That's
Anthony.
one bad. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Good old Isaac Hayes.
Yes. So that looks good. I didn't see when it was coming out. Is that coming out this year? It has to. There's a trailer.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
I think it's this summer. Summer.
So we didn't even talk about that in our most anticipated movies.
I didn't know it was
Hey, it wasn't listed out. It wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't listed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not this summer. It gotta be this summer.
I thought it did say 2019.
It's got to be this year. Yeah, it's got to be this year.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe no one was anticipating it.
It's your boy Sam.
So Samuel Jackson is gonna be in 3 major movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Shaft.
Is he in Endgame?
Yeah, everybody's in Endgame.
Either that or he
shows up at the end.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be at the end because he's currently dead.
Right. Dead.
Yep.
He also died in Civil War.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, people out there. We don't know if the people who disappeared is coming back. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, okay. For anyone that's surprised by that, come on.
They probably were like, I don't even know why you even stated that.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Okay. But now, what you doing?
So I finally saw Ant-Man and the Wasp because it's on Netflix.
Oh, it's the last Marvel movie on Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to watch it before Marvel takes it away. So I finally watched it. It was okay to me. I think I liked the first one better. I thought the first one was a little funnier. I was not a fan of the Ghost Lady villain or whatever.
Oh, she is raw.
Yeah.
First of all, no one says raw.
Right.
Let's address that.
Wow.
Let's address the fact that you just said raw.
Let's not and say we did.
But yeah, I agree, Dakota. The first movie was better, but I still enjoyed this movie. I think it gets a lot of flack because people are like, oh, it was nothing after Infinity War came out, but it's like the Ant-Man movies were always smaller, and I thought it was a nice, fun little movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not expecting it to be, the Avengers movies or whatever. I mean, it was good. I just thought that his bad guy wasn't really a bad guy, right? And I didn't really understand what that other dude was doing.
The mob dude?
No, the one running around in that white Escalade.
Yeah, the mob dude. I don't know. He was kind of pointless. He was there for a chase scene. Really
fighting anybody? I don't know. So I was going to look up Ant-Man to see who his bad guys were. who his villains, enemies, whatever. Were.
Egghead.
I didn't do it yet. Who?
Egghead.
Yeah.
He was in the movie. Did you know that?
Really?
Did you know Egghead was in the movie?
As who? That's a thing? I don't even know who you're talking about.
He was the, he's Ghost's father. So the guy who was doing the experiments is Egghead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay, I got you. I see. Had no idea.
I think. I could be wrong, but I believe that is true.
I think so.
Wikipedia
Because I Googled it after I seen the movie when it came out.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I do agree with you on that. The villain wasn't good. Ghost wasn't a good villain. But it was an intimate story. I think this movie was kind of one that wasn't supposed to be about a villain, if you really look at it.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to stop a villain, they were trying to save her mother, and that was the theme of the movie. Which is, I think, is the reason why it kind of throws some people.
Which I will be fine with that, but I feel like them saving her mother wasn't even dramatic. You know, they went to the little sparkly world in a mini ship.
Well, the thing is, because no one has went there and made it back.
But it just, I don't know, it didn't seem, it just feel like, I was like, they're going to save her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did kind of know that they were going to save her. Like, the stakes didn't feel like stakes, you know?
Yeah, and then they hopped in the gummy ship from, what's the name of
the
that game?
Kingdom Hearts references? We gonna reference Kingdom Hearts every week on this podcast.
It's because they finally dropping Kingdom Hearts 3 after 15 years.
So, it was good, but I guess kind of disappointing.
It did come out after Black Panther and Infinity War.
Yeah. So, Infinity War was a hard movie to live up to. But what I did like about Ant-Man and the Wasp were the comedy. I thought the comedy was excellent in there, especially between him and the FBI agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it just me, or is that guy showing up in more and more things?
He is.
Yeah. Do
Like,
you know?
hey,
Okay,
that's that one dude.
this isn't relevant, but like at one of the jobs I had, we were watching a training video, and do you know that he was in the training video?
Okay.
I was like,
dude has done everything.
and this was when like Fresh Off the Boat was on TV. So like we watched the video, and I was like, "Yo, that's that dude from Fresh Off the Boat." So this had to be earlier in his career, but I'm like, this dude did an employee training video.
I saw him he was in an episode of NYPD Blue. I'm watching, I'm like, hey, that's that one dude.
NYPD Blue? How old is this guy? What?
You're right. How old is he?
I don't know.
He was probably on Law and Order. You know, everybody show up there.
Everybody's on Law and Order.
Mm-hmm.
That started at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even Chadwick was on Law and Order.
For real?
Yeah, he on
What
episode.
episode? What season?
I don't remember. But he was on there.
We'll find this.
Because they got to find different people every week. You know, you can't have the same criminal.
Well, yeah.
It's like everyone who wants to be an actor showed up in Law and Order or NYPD Blue.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people like, oh, hey, he became famous. Yeah.
CSI, too.
People know.
Yeah.
And Criminal Minds. That's another show.
Oh, yeah, Criminal Minds, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. All right, so you finally watched Ant-Man and the Wasp. I thought it was good. I think I might rewatch that. I do have it. I bought it.
I'm surprised you haven't. It's been on Netflix for a week.
Well, I don't need to watch it on Netflix because I own the movie.
Only one who had to wait for it to show up for free?
Yeah, I guess you are. Um, but Derek, what you doing?
I started playing Batman Arkham Asylum again,
Ah, okay.
just to
Isn't
go
the
through
game
it.
like 10 years old?
It's probably older than
Uh,
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
2009. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
so in honor of
Wow.
the 10-year anniversary that I didn't know until just now.
Don't tell me that game is 10 years old. That just makes me feel extremely old.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. August 25th, 2009 is when it was released.
Why is 2009 10 years ago?
Right. Man. Can y'all believe it's about to be 2020, y'all?
Okay, 2019 just started, so let's calm down on the 2020. I still got 10 months before I turn 30.
Uh-huh.
No one's talking about you. Derek, continue with your,
Yeah.
your thing.
Yeah. And we all know how great that game and how it was written. Very well written.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to bring out the part with Scarecrow, dude. Still get me, dude. Like, man, I wanted to hurry up and get through when he get hit with Scarecrow's fear toxin, and then it's like you're walking and he's stumbling, and then you in like the drawers are moving, a whole bunch of people was talking, and then it's like he's supposedly talking to his dead parents, and like yeah, gets me every time.
I'll admit it was creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, very creepy. Yeah. I haven't beat it for the second time yet.
I think game
But
was
I'm
short.
cool. I
It was not
beat-
the second one.
I haven't played the third one. I beat Arkham Asylum
Yeah, I
and
thought
Arkham
you.
City.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you did Arkham City too, right?
Yeah. That was the
Yeah.
game was shorter than I thought.
It was. But you know what? A lot of the side missions. If you do the side missions while you're playing the game, it makes it longer.
Yeah, that's currently what I'm doing at Spider-Man. Like, so in Spider-Man, I'm like barely doing the story because I keep going and playing just all the little missions. Like, they got like these side quests. You follow this, and as I'm going on to doing that, crimes happen. So I go and stop the crimes. And then I go on to get the little Easter egg hunt things that they have you go through. So I'm doing that instead of the story. So I'm like, I just want to do every little bit because I like the game. It's fun to play. Actually reminds me of the Arkham games to an extent. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like that with Arkham City, because I did it backwards with Arkham City. When I played it, I actually beat the main story and then went in and did the side missions. But then it was confusing because it was like a lot of areas I covered already. So there were things being said in the game that was no longer relevant because I already beat it. So I was like, maybe I should have, did some of the side mentions. It may have match the story a little bit better.
Yeah.
But on Arkham Asylum, I'm up to the part where I just defeated Croc. That was another, like, it wasn't like scary, but intense, because he's chasing you in the water, but you can't see him and stuff.
Is that the one where you're walking on the little like wooden boards and stuff?
Yeah, and you can't make noise.
Yeah. I just remember if you don't have to get. You have played this game.
Yeah, you have.
No, I played because I played like the beginning part when he first walked into the prison.
As Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, as Bruce Wayne, and then I don't know. I think Darren picked up from where I left off, and then it was like a year since I had played, and I tried to play, and I didn't remember none of the buttons, and I was like stuck in this little world, and I was like, okay, I give up. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't remember the story. So I didn't finish playing.
You should have just started over.
Okay.
But with Killer Croc, I remember it's like you don't have to run into this part, but like if you go to a certain section before you get to a certain part of the story, and like you pass this door underneath Arkham Asylum, and you're like attempt to open it, and then like it's this jump scare with Killer Croc banging on the door.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I remember seeing that the first time, and I was like, man, what the heck? Like,
yeah.
So
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, game is fun to play, man. It's got to be one of the top games for PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I agree with that. Although I have it on PC.
Okay.
Because at the time I didn't have a console, so yeah.
I had a PlayStation.
Huh? What'd you say?
But I had a PlayStation.
I know.
Didn't I have the game?
And then, we moved apart from each other, and I didn't have a console. So I got it for PC.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's about it for the podcast this week. Yeah, so next week we're going to do another Hero Battle Royale, and then the Oscars are coming up as well, so look forward to that. And then we're going to be jumping into some big movies. This year is about to start kicking off in March, so everybody make sure you stay tuned and make sure you listen to 3D Rivals, because 3D Rivals, when you're here, you are family. That is our official slogan. It does not belong to anyone else. Don't Google it. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. We appreciate everyone. As always, I'm going to give a shout out to some of our regular listeners. I don't know their names yet because we don't have anyone emailing in to our email address, which is 3drivals@gmail.com. If you want to email, you can. But we do have some regular listeners from Mountain View, California, and of course Cleveland, Ohio, and Logan, Ohio, I believe. So if you are a regular listener and you're from those areas, we really appreciate that. If you're a new listener, become a regular listener.
Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, the subscribe. I don't know if there is a subscribe button. Is there? I think on Google Play there is a subscribe
Google
button.
Play there is subscribe.
Okay. Wherever you're listening, if it has a subscribe button, subscribe to us. But anyway, if you do like what you hear and you would like to support us, we do have a Patreon. That is 3drivals at patreon.com. Oh, excuse me. Wait, that's wrong. No, patreon.com/3drivals. So if you want to become a patron, you get access to our Discord, and you can talk to any of us any time of the day, and we may get the message, and we may message you back on Discord. So that's a good perk to have if you want to have some conversations about what's going on in the movie industry. Besides that, thank you very much for listening, guys, and peace out.